For your next comedian, please. Jamie Roy, everybody.
Oh, give it up for Ike's, everybody. Holding it down. Give it up for Ami for putting on the show as well. Thank you so much for doing this. I feel very appreciated to be a part of it. When Ami was giving giving us the rundown of how this show should be, she's like, I want you guys to feel very masculine about this. And my first thought was, shit, that's gonna be easy because every single woman in my family has called me a little bitch way more than the fucking men have. So this is gonna be a breeze. So yeah, I have two dead parents. Let's just gonna get that right out of the way. Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. No, I did not murder them. No, they did both die in 2020, and no, it was not a suicide pact because of me either. Yeah. I definitely look like the type of person, if I'm gonna be on Netflix, it's not gonna be for a comedy special, but more for a murder documentary. I just give off that vibe. My face just looks like this all the time, and shaving my head does not help. I know that. But no, yeah, I lost both my parents about 5.5 years ago. And I gotta say that one of the hardest things to navigate through all of that is trying to get a fucking joke to land. Oh my God. That shit is so fucking hard. Because as a normal person with two dead parents, as a comic with two dead parents, I feel like that's the hardest thing. Because as a normal person with two dead parents, I feel like I'm doing all the right shit. I've talked about this in therapy. I've read all the books. I cry even more when I watch Gilmore Girls. Yeah, I didn't think that was actually possible. But as a comic with two dead parents, the only thing that I need for the end my healing process is for people to laugh at my dumpster fire of a fucking life. That's all it is. But and there's a lot of comics in the room, and I'm sure you're probably thinking to yourself, but Jamie, are you sure it's not bad writing? We've seen you on these stages before. It's entirely plausible. And first off, I want to say fuck you, mostly for being right. But secondly, I don't think that's it, because in the past, every time that I've tried to go into the dead parent material, it's not that people are disinterested. It's quite the opposite. They're very engaged, and before I know it, I start to feel this very collective wave of empathy from the audience. And it's a very, yeah, right? And it's a very I must say, no, for real though, it's a very beautiful feeling. Except for when you're trying to make fun of it. That's the only fucking time that it makes me feel like more of an orphan. Seriously. That's shit. And the thing that makes it worse is that after I start to go into material like that, I'll get someone that'll just come right up to me and be like, I am so sorry that happened to you. And the only thing that I hear is, I didn't laugh at that shit once. And then they'll follow up with something like, can I give you a hug? It's I'd rather you heckle me. Please get the fuck out of my face. But I gotta say that's still better than nothing, because it doesn't mean, going through that with a stranger, it doesn't necessarily mean that my jokes suck. It just means that my life sucks, and I can deal with that. Oh man. Okay, by a round of applause, who here was raised by one or both of their parents? I'm sure. Okay, more specifically. Who here was raised by criminals and bad bitches? Anybody? All right, couple of you. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Same here. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. My parents were heroin addicts for over 40 years. And I don't mean each, neither. I mean like separately, therefore. It wasn't a collective effort. Yeah, hard drugs will keep you in a relationship together. I promise you. But no, but so it meant two things. One, they knew how to party. And two, they taught me how to be a drug dealer at a very young age. And it was the family business. I like to call myself an amateur pharmacist, as a better way of saying it. But no, my parents did teach me how to be a drug dealer, and I was just raised by the craziest people. Like my uncle was just like an old school man's man, He taught me how to swing a hammer in a fight. And he also taught me that heroin addicts are not lazy people. That is a fucking untruth, for real, because I saw that dude nodding out and putting up drywall at the same time, and that's just fucking impressive, honestly. But but all the women in my family, I praise them all the time. I was raised by fiercely independent women, never asked a man for shit in their lives. My grandmother was a Rosie the Riveter. all the other women in my family have stabbed a man before, which is equally the same thing. Yeah, my mom, my sister, all of them. It was crazy, but no, and I gotta say, my sister is like the scariest person my older sister, scariest person I've ever fucking known in my entire life. Like, and just, yeah, she's wild in a very different way, because I have members of my family that have been to prison for like a robbery, assault and battery, shit like that. They are all deathly afraid of my fucking sister. Like, seriously. Like, my nephew, he's terrified of her, of course, that's his mother. Like, does anyone here have a sibling that you have to talk to them like they're your caseworker? Like, that's sort of that's where I'm at with her, you know? Like, my nephew, he's only 26 and he's already just fucking broken. He's like, Jamie, I can't even fucking talk to her anymore. Please, you gotta do this. And but yeah, like, and she got kicked out of 3 different Popeyes in Detroit for doing like World Star shit. It was kind of fucking wild. Yeah, she's like the craziest person I've ever met who's never been to jail. And in my family, that's like getting your diploma, which is pretty good for someone who actually has just a GED. But my dad, he was a character as well. He was really the one who taught me all the drug dealing stuff. But he was also one of those people that was really obsessed with things that he couldn't control. You know what I mean? Like the weather or his emotional stability. And sometimes those would both come out in the same instance, and that'd be very fucking interesting. What I mean by that is he would start sobbing uncontrollably in his underwear in the fetal position just because the sun went down at 5 p.m. I'm like, what the fuck are you? A fucking seasonally affected werewolf on dope? Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, no, and he said one thing to me that I'll never forget. This was a few years after his own mother passed away. And he said to me, he goes, you know, they say that you can never get over a parent's death. But really, it only takes about 5 years, and then you're kind of good after that. And I gotta say, it's been 5.5 years. I get what he's saying. The last 6 months have been a little bit easier, and you don't even need to go to therapy or anything. Oh man. But no, this was my parents' dynamic. Just to give you a hint of how it was like. When the whole Louis C.K. controversy came out, you know, like when he got canceled, everything like that. I remember my dad we were watching TV and my dad had said, wow, it's really weird to like look at him now and that, you know, because like every time you see him on TV, you're just going to like think of that instance of what he did, you know? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is pretty fucked up. And it's kind of hard not to think of that. And then my mom had heard about the news and she had gone, well, that was it? Really? I've had men do that to me all the time. Like, what the fuck, Mom? That doesn't make it better. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they should not know how to handle their fucking trauma. But no, my mom was like I definitely got my humor from her. Like even, you know, like to this day, this is a joke that I still like live up to, like comedy wise. So, and I said this to her right before we before I left for Portland. But she used to make this joke because as far as siblings go, it's just me and my older sister. So she used to make this silly joke where she'd say, you know, you're the best son that I ever had. You know, it's cute, whatever. And then one time, like right before I was leaving for Portland, she goes, you know, you're the best son that I ever had. And I just decided to be a smart ass, and I went, oh, and does that include the miscarriage too? And without skipping a fucking beat, she had said, yep, the abortion too. I can't live up to that fucking joke. Oh man. All right, I'll end with this. Thinking about this set, it's been making me think about death a lot lately for obvious reasons, and because I was really thinking, like, I lost both of I never had any grandfathers. They both died before I was born. Both of my grandmothers died in the same calendar year, and then I lost my mom, my dad, and my uncle in the span of 6 months. Needless to say, I don't think I'm getting a fiance or a dog anytime soon. Like, not with those fucking odds. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what? Like if that happened, I'd have to become Batman at that point. Like I'd have to avenge somebody's fucking death, and I'm 38 and out of shape already. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. All right, that's my time, everyone. Give it up for your host. Give it up for this whole thing being put on.